and it is Representative-elect Nick Lampson, who now holds the Tom DeLay seat down in Texas. Representative-elect, former Congressman Nick Lampson, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Do you feel like you have a big target painted on you?
Actually, I feel pretty good. It's been fun coming back here. I've been welcomed absolutely royally by so many of my colleagues with whom I've worked since 1997 and missed these last couple of years. So I'm thrilled to be back and know that more than likely I'll be targeted, but I think I'm up for the fight.
How close is the district you're currently representing as opposed to your old district?
It overlaps about 20%, and so there's a portion, particularly in what is known as Galveston County and a large part of Harris County, which is the same county in which Houston occupies most of its space. Both were areas that I represented before, and so that helped a great deal. A lot of the people there knew me, liked the work that I did when I was in Congress before, and I think that went a long way toward getting me back here.
As someone who might be considered being in a Republican-leaning district, have you gotten a good committee assignment?
Well, I'm on transportation, which is one of the two committees that I had before, and I'm very pleased with that. We have a large amount of growing pains in southeast Texas. We're literally busting at the seams, and with that growth comes huge needs for infrastructure, and we must begin to diversify our transportation needs and make sure that we have more access to rail, for example, mass transit, and those are some things that I look forward to working with, and I know that it's a critical thing for all of us in Southeast Texas.
Congressman-elect Lampson, Tim Curran, editor of Roll Call, is here on the set, and he has a question for you.
Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning, Tim.
I think congratulations. I think one of the probably most significant differences about your turn here this time is that you're coming into a majority. I mean, what's the most significant change that you've noticed just in the atmosphere and among your colleagues?
Having worked with all of these Democrats who have never been in the majority, this large number of Texans with whom I was very close, there's a great deal of jubilance. I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed. There's a high expectation. Having sat through the orientation meetings with freshmen, the excitement that they show with the hope of being able to make serious change. They believe that they are here after having been asked for change by the people of this country. And I think consequently stepping into what Speaker Pelosi, soon to be Speaker Pelosi, has planned with these 100-hour issues on ethics reform and lobby reform and pay-as-you-go and things of that sort. I believe that they have a very significant drive to achieve the steps that will take us back to a respected body again.
Congressman Lampson, it looks like you got a pretty good office. You're on the 4th floor of the Cannon building. You didn't get stuck up in the attic.
I finally have a view.
How'd you get that?
Well, I got to draw with the 4th and 5th term members, and that gave me a fairly significant advantage. You know, there are two things that you look for up here. You look for space or you look for view. I didn't get quite the space that I was in the hopes of, but I got the view. I can see the east steps of the Capitol, and I can see the Library of Congress from my office. So now, it's a nice place to be.
Now, are you hosting a reception up there?
I am. I hope that my friends and neighbors will come and join me between 12 and 2, and we'll be hanging out there in the office when I'm not on the floor.
So open party, room 436.
There you go. Come on over. Bring something to eat and drink. No.
Hey, let's take a couple calls, Congressman.
Be happy to.
Asheville, North Carolina, Democrat. You're on with Nick Lampson. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, I'm originally from Atlanta, but I married a soldier during World War II. I'm in the 80s. During World War II, I married this good-looking MP from North Carolina, and we stayed in Atlanta for years, and then moved to North Carolina.
Come visit us in Texas sometime.
We went to Texas because he was stationed there for a while.
Caller, what's your question for the congressman?
I think he's going to be a good one. I like that fella there. I'm telling you. But I'm proud to be, I want you to know that I'm proud to be a Democrat. I've been one all my life, honey, and I ain't changing because they're good. They're good people.
Well,
go ahead, Congressman.
I'm proud of the fact that you said that, and I am going to be a loyal Democrat. But I must emphasize how critical it is for us to concentrate on on bipartisanship and reaching across that magic aisle. We have not solved problems that this country has faced for a long time now, and somehow we've got to put our partisanship somewhat aside, create a new level of civility, look for issues that are no longer the wedge issues which have ripped us apart, and look for web issues which pull us back together again. And that's really what I intend to be fighting very, very hard for during this next year or two.